Hi everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I am bringing to you today a really cute project. It is using the Sweets and Treats stamp set. I'm also using the dies from Christmas Cheer. It's part of the Words of Cheer bundle. It has the happy and the word cheer in there. We're going to be using the word happy today right here. So we'll be using both of these. I'm also going to be doing a really cool technique using the Adorning Designs Decorative Mask. So if you don't have these, you definitely want to check them out and get them. There's 4 in the package, and today we're going to be using the striped one. So this is what it looks like, and we will be using our silicone mat. We're going to actually add some red gems, some red ink and black ink. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start first by stamping. So let's get all the stamping parts out of the way. We have our core of our card, which is our basic white cardstock, and that's 11 by 4 1/4. We're gonna go ahead and fold that down. That is what the inside of the card is like. We are going to stamp the words that are going to go on the inside, and they're going to go on this label, which is part of the Tasteful Labels. I forgot to show you that. The Tasteful Labels dies. It's this one right here. And we are going to stamp the sentiment that says, "Any way you slice it, I'm thankful for you." So let's go ahead and stamp that in real red onto this label here, this Tasteful Labels die. I'm going to bring it down a little bit so I can see, and we're going to put that right in the middle there. We'll just put that off to the side for right now. We are also going to stamp on this piece and on a green piece. We're going to stamp the word Christmas. Now we only want, it says bring on Christmas, but we only want the word Christmas. So I'm just going to put the word Christmas on the ink pad and avoid the other word. And this is just going to get stamped right here. And we're going to set that to the side. So that's it for the red ink pad. Let's go ahead and clean that out. And then we will start with our tuxedo black. And we're gonna stamp the little platform. We're gonna stamp the Christmas pudding on top of it, which is what this stamp right here is. It's a Christmas pudding. And then we're gonna put the dome on the top. So we're gonna start first with the platform. When I have a larger stamp, I like to bring the ink to it. So let's go ahead and do that first. And we're going to go ahead and position that on our piece like so. So there's our little platform. Let's go ahead and put the dome on it next, and then we'll put the cake inside. So let's ink the dome up. Make sure that we have the ink on there really well. And let's go ahead and line that up. I'm going to bring it down so I can see. And I'm going to, hopefully I don't get my head in the camera, but I'm going to lean down so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to line up the line on the dome with the line on the platter there. We're going to press that into place, just like that. And now we're going to ink up the Christmas pudding. And then I will clean these stamps all off, and we'll move on to the next part of our card. So let's go ahead and cover that before I stick my finger in it. And we'll bring this back down again so I can see, and I'm gonna place the Christmas pudding inside there on that platter. There we go. That's what we have so far. Okay, let's go ahead and clean those stamps. And the next step, we're going to color in that Christmas pudding. And we're going to cut out the dome, the platter, and the Christmas pudding. All right, so let's go ahead and grab, we're going to need some real red. We're going to need some cinnamon cider. We're going to need some granny apple green and some smoky slate. So, oops, wrong color. All right, now we got, there we go. I knew there was one I'm missing. All right, let's start with the platter. So we're gonna start with light smoky slate, and we're gonna go ahead and color that part there, this part at the bottom. I went a slight bit outside of the lines, so I'm gonna grab my color lifter and we'll kind of put a little bit right here and hopefully push that back in where it belongs. Okay, so we're gonna add some highlights to this platter right here where the artist already gave us these lines so that we would know that is where the shine is. So we're just gonna follow along just like this. Just like that. All right, so there's our platter. Now let's do our Christmas cake here, our Christmas pudding. We'll start with the brown, the cinnamon cider light, and we're gonna go around all of these little pieces of fruit here. I'm gonna kind of outline those. So we'll work our way around those. If you hear a little bit of grunting, that's my little Yorkie. She is sleeping here in my stamp studio, my craft studio here, and she must be having quite the dream. She's so cute though. All right, so now that I have that, I'm gonna go ahead and outline the rest of this piece so I don't go outside the lines, and then I'll color in what is left to color after I do that. All right, not much left after I do all the outlining, is there? That's okay. We'll be doing some highlighting in this color. She's so cute. All right, so now in the dark cinnamon cider, we're gonna do some highlighting. So all of these little dots that are here, I'm just gonna follow them with my Stampin' Blend, just like that. Awesome. And we're almost done with this color, just like that. Now let's add some red first, and we're gonna use the light real red. And we're gonna just color, some of the pieces are gonna be red, and then some of them are gonna be green. And I'm just gonna go ahead and do a few red, and then I'll do a few green. And let's do these berries while we're at it, while we have this color in our hand. And then we're gonna use the dark real red to add some highlight even to the fruit pieces. They're small, but they deserve to have a little bit of highlighting. Also the berries, we're gonna give them a little bit of highlight as well. And then our last color is our granny apple green. We're gonna start with the light, and we are gonna color the remaining little pieces of fruit here with the light granny apple green. And we're gonna go ahead and do the holly leaves while we're at it as well. Give them the light. All right, so now comes the dark for the highlights. So we're gonna go down the veining right there, and then we're gonna come along that side here, and then this one we're gonna do along this side, and then we're also gonna give a little bit of a highlight to those fruit pieces as well. And that is the coloring. So let's go ahead and cut this piece out, and then we will work on our background, which is the fun part. This is the exciting part. So we've done all of our stamping, all of our coloring, and now we're doing our cutting. And then our last step is going to be to do that really cool stripe background that you can see on the back of our card, on the front of our card there. And it is a glittery green. It is so pretty. And I'm going to show you how to do that in a minute. Halfway done with this, right? All right. Let's see. Work our way around down here to the platform and to the end. All right. So there is our dome with our Christmas pudding in it. We can go ahead and assemble parts of it anyway. We're going to go ahead and put this green, Granny Apple Green, with our seal adhesive. So we're going to put that on the inside right here, like that. My Yorkie is having some good dreams, I think. Okay, there we go. And then let's go ahead and attach our label on the inside with our sentiment. So there's that. Any way you slice it, I'm thankful for you. All right, our word Christmas here. We're going to trim that. I'm going to use a guillotine cutter that I have. It is a mini Stampin' Up one. We don't sell these, but it was a promotion at one point for signing up to be a demonstrator. So I don't know if they will do it again. You never know what they'll do, but I just wanted to trim these edges, and whenever I have to do just a little bit of trimming, I really like using this. Okay, now we're going to attach it onto a piece of, that looks good there. Let's go ahead and attach that together. We're going to use our multi-purpose glue this time. And then our word happy. I did not do that yet, but we are going to attach those two pieces together. I'm going to trim that like so, so that will be ready. All right. So we have that. This is waiting for its turn, right? And let's get our happy out. I've already die cut it. So when you die cut this, the happy has some greenery around it. And we don't want the greenery, we just want it to be an outline. And I'm also gonna pop out these little innards that did not come out when I die cut. And then here is the white happy in basic white. So we can get rid of this part, and let's go ahead and we're going to trim this, and we're just going to trim off these pieces. But it's a little bit easier to trim it once we've attached the words. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to put some adhesive on the back of the word happy. All right, let's pick that up. We will put letter by letter down onto our piece here, and then once it's in place, it will be a lot easier to trim off those pieces because we will be able to see exactly how much needs to be trimmed away. So there's that one. It's nice to have this this little word set. I love anything with words. It's one of my favorite things, I think, are fonts and wording. And It's nice to have the greenery, of course, if that's what the look that you're going for. But if you don't want it, you can always trim it away like I'm doing now. And by having the white already in place, it lets me see, my eye can see how much to cut away as I'm doing this, like this. And we'll do this last piece here. And then I think we have one more right in this corner. We're gonna make that one go down and around like so. All right, so let's put that over there for later. And now we're gonna work on this background. So let me show you how we're gonna do that. We're gonna use this decorative mask. And it is a striped decorative mask. There's 3 other ones that come in the Adorning Designs mask, and we are going to be attaching that onto this scrap piece with our piece of Granny Apple Green. Okay, so we're going to use this like this, and we are going to lay this over the top. I want the stripes to go this direction like this. So let's go ahead and attach. That looks pretty good to me. About even. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now these stripes aren't 100% perfect, but they're pretty good. So let's go ahead and attach our purple tape, which is going to help hold the mask in place, and it's also going to help hold the card in place because it won't be able to move if it is attached down tightly with this tape. Let's do our other one. Now we do have to be careful because the large parts of the stripe are open and they're big. So we want to just move in a swift, straight motion. Let me pull this up and make sure I get it nice and tight. All right. So we're going to be using something called Embossing Paste, and it comes in matte and it comes in shimmery. Now I have used this already and I keep press and seal on it. So that keeps it nice and tight and sealed up. And see how I press it down against the paste itself so that it will stick on there. And the nice thing about it is you can use some of that when you pull this up. You can grab some of that. You don't need very much paste. A little goes quite a long way. So as I'm lifting this up, I'm going to grab what's left there. And that should be plenty. Probably too much, actually. But I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to push it back in there. Press that in. And then I'm going to grab a baby wipe and I'm going to clean my hand because I got a little bit on my hand. And I'm going to press that up against here and keep it nice and tight and put my lid back on here. Okay, now you have to move fairly quickly because this embossing paste does dry fairly quickly. I'm going to grab a baby wipe here. I'm going to clean it off my finger. All right, and you can see even on the baby wipe that sparkle. So it has really great sparkle. Now I want to mix it and I want it to be green. So I'm going to put 4 drops of Granny Apple Green Reinker. And I'm going to use this knife, and on my silicone mat, I'm going to blend it together so that all of the white parts become green. Just like that. Let me get the rest of this off of there. All right. And let's mix that together. Good. All right. So I'm gonna use the back end of this knife, okay? And I'm gonna press in the direction of the stripe. I'm gonna start on this corner, and I'm gonna press in the direction of the stripe, and I'm gonna push that shimmery embossing paste in a downward motion. You see I'm picking up a little bit at a time, like so. And I'm gonna deposit that onto my mask, which is the stripe. And I'm just gonna pick up and I'm gonna press it into place, like so. Let's see. Hopefully I have enough. Okay, we're working our way through, just like that. And then I'm gonna turn this direction. I'm gonna grab the rest of it, and I'm gonna press it down in the spots that are missing it, like that. I do have enough. There we go. And then I'm just gonna slide it and pick up the excess, like so. And I'm missing a tiny piece in this section right here. Good. And in this section right here. The edges are the hardest part to get. So that's where you have to look and make sure that you have coverage. And I think I'm good now. I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. And then this has to be cleaned very quickly. So I'm gonna use my baby wipe and I'm gonna pull that off of my palette knife. I'm gonna make sure I get it off of my fingers. Of course, they're gonna be green, but I'm gonna clean my silicone mat really quickly so that it doesn't dry. And I'm gonna grab one more baby wipe here and make sure that I got it off. And I did, I think. That looks good. Make sure my palette knife is clean. So those are ready. And then we're gonna go ahead and remove the mask, and then we have to set the cardstock aside for it to dry. So I'm just gonna set it off to the side, but you can see there is our sparkly stripes. Now the mask needs to be cleaned immediately. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this tape off, and I have a little water bath over here off to the side for the mask, because I knew I wouldn't be able to clean it so quick because I have to still put the card together with you guys. It does take a few minutes for that piece to dry, but I'm gonna go ahead and put my decorative mask in my water bath here. All right. And I will use this to make sure that my hands are a-okay. All right, now because it does take time for the stripes to dry, I have done another one and it is already dry. So it's right here. We're gonna use it to put our card together. So here is our original, and here is what we have so far. So let's go ahead and attach our striped piece onto our card front here. There we go, get that going. So we're gonna go ahead and attach that up. Gonna trim these edges. It looks like I'm a little bit short, which is fine. I can fix that. We're just gonna trim that off. There we go. There. And do the other side. I just have a hair on this side, not very much. All right. So there's our front is our sparkly. Isn't this so cute? So then we're gonna put our Christmas pudding. We also have a stripe, if I can find it. I don't know what I've done with it now. Oh, here it is. Of this really cute red and white designer series paper. It's from the Gingerbread and Peppermint designer series paper, which is a 6x6 paper pack. I will show it to you. I have it right here next to me. So it comes in 6x6, and there's that print, and you can see that side. And then this is the other side. There's some really cute paper here. So I highly recommend that 6x6 gingerbread and peppermint paper. So we're gonna attach this piece. Let's run a length of seal down the middle. Perfect. And we're going to attach that. We want it about where the base is. So we're gonna kind of slide that under there. And about, want it to show under the words. So there's good. We're gonna go ahead and press that down. All right. Now this piece is going to be attached with dimensionals. So let's go ahead and put those on. Put one on the top, one down here at the bottom. And then we'll do 2 on each side here. And then we're going to use some mini dimensionals. We'll put one in the middle. Let's grab the mini dimensionals. We'll put on these corners. And then we'll put also on these corners down here. And then also this Christmas is going to get popped up. So we'll put 2 of those on there. And the word happy is going to get popped up. Now, I like to use my scraps of the edges when I do my words. So that's going to get lifted up when I'm done. Let's go ahead and put this. I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to cut little strips, real thin ones, quite a few. And I'm going to peel those up and we'll stick those onto our words. I love the edges of our dimensionals for this reason. Whenever I am using words and I want those to be lifted or raised up, these edges really come in handy because you can pop those on there. Get the other side here. Whoops, that one I cut off. I didn't mean to. Let's put that one down here. Okay. I didn't mean to trim it completely off. I just meant to cut some little slices here. My little Yorkie is so cute. She's making so many cute noises. Okay, so let's finish putting a few more of these on here. Let's put that. We have one right here. We have one to go at the bottom. And then we need one over here. And then we need one on that H. And one on this Y. One on this P. One more, I think, and that should be good. So see how these little edges come in handy when you're doing things like words, that they have these skinny pieces. Okay, so now that I have begun, we have everything ready to be attached. Let me just go ahead and we're gonna do our little dome first. Pull the backs off here. let's get rid of those and we will put on our dome. Isn't this the cutest card? I love it. All right, so we're gonna place that centered as best we can near the top there. Perfect. Such a cute little treat holder, this little dome. All right, now we're gonna do the happy. So let's go ahead and pull these off. Do a few at a time here. We'll do each letter and then I'm gonna set them down here because they are little and I don't want them to fly everywhere. This one doesn't want to come off. There we go. So there's the Y. Let's keep them all together. Now let's do this letter P and the other letter P. All right, and then on to the A. And then the H, and then we'll be ready to stick it down. Okay, so let's go ahead and attach the word happy. Isn't this so cute? Oh my goodness, I love it. So there's our word happy. I'm gonna throw these away before they end up all over my craft room floor. That's why I like to use the take your pick tool to pull them off, but I had too many this time. I couldn't throw them away until I was done. Let's go ahead and grab those. All right, and then the last part is going to be the word Christmas, which we stamped. And I'm going to put a little bit of this wet adhesive at the top because it's laying on the word happy and it's only sticking up down at the bottom. So we'll place that right there, like so. There we go. And then the last step is going to be to find the red rhinestone basic jewels. And we're going to put 3 of those on our card here. So let's pull those off. We have 1. Oops, come on. I think I stuck it to the wrong side of the putty. I did. Let's see if I can get that off of there. All right, we'll try that again. Now it's stuck to my nail. Come here. There we go. I grabbed it with the wrong end, I think. All right, we'll put 1 over here, maybe right there. And then we'll put 1 down here. And there is our happy Christmas card that says, any way you slice it, I am thankful for you. How cute is this? Oh, I love it. I think it turned out super awesome. I'm gonna trim this one little piece here that I can see that is sticking out of the DSP on the side. I'm gonna trim that away. There we go. Got it. So there is our card. Let's put our rhinestones away. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for watching. I'm kind of new to YouTube, so if you don't mind helping me out, please like, comment, share to your friends, subscribe. You can share on Facebook or on Pinterest. You can share it to a message. You can send it as a text message. You can grab the link and send it as a message. But also subscribe and ask your friends to subscribe. When you subscribe, you're going to get notifications when I post new videos. Check out my blog, Inky Hands Warm Hearts. The description is also below, linked down below. And when you go there, you can access PDFs, measurements, and more fun projects. I do blog every day, so you get 7 days a week worth of content. So there's always lots of inspiration on my blog for you. I'm really grateful for you watching and staying with me throughout this whole video. I hope that you enjoyed this project and you guys have an awesome day. Happy stamping. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Bye, guys.